Hey guys, Brian aka the infamous CPA back with another video, and in this video we're going to be discussing money management. So money management, man, this is super important, so really listen, because money management is the foundation of your financial success. So let's look at two different ways that the masses typically manage their money. So the first way is how most people manage their money. So they're gonna get their paycheck or their salary, and they're gonna divvy it up between necessities, fun money, and bills, right? This is a terrible way to manage your money, because in most cases these individuals have just one checking account, and they use that checking account to pay for all of their bills and to do all of their spending, whether that's on necessities or clothes, entertainment, etc. The reason this is tough is because you are way more prone to overspending on fun things or things you don't necessarily need, and that leaves less money for necessities and bills. And in this case, a lot of people aren't even saving any money. So for those who don't know, 70% of Americans can't afford a $400 emergency. You know, crazy, right? You know, you get on social media and it's a highlight reel. You see everybody going on trips. You see everybody, you know, saying they have a bunch of money. You see everybody in designer clothes. But in reality, most Americans cannot afford an emergency. So you want to make sure that you are managing your money appropriately. And this is how smart people typically manage their money. They get their paycheck or their salary and they spend it on necessities, bills, savings, and investing first. And then what's left over, that goes towards entertainment, that goes towards clothing, that goes towards all these things that are wants but not necessarily needs. And in this case, these individuals typically have multiple checkings and multiple savings accounts. They create a plan for their money. So it makes it much easier to manage their money, because if you have an account solely for necessities, another one for bills, another one for savings, and another one for investing, it is so much easier to manage your money, because you can direct deposit into all these different buckets and make it much easier on yourself. So that's the method that I typically prefer, because it just makes it so much easier. So overall, to get started with money management, you need to have a plan for your money. And a plan for your money comes in the form of a budget. And what is a budget? A budget is simply a tool or a vehicle to get you to your desired financial goals. So to create a budget, you can download my free monthly budget planner and just get started. So you'll get started by putting in your income amount after tax, because you don't want to factor in that taxable income. And then from there, you're going to list all of your expenses, whether that are fixed expenses or variable expenses. And a fixed expense is going to be something that doesn't change month to month. So this is going to be like your mortgage, your rent amount. That's not going to change. And then you have your variable expenses. So this can be like certain utility bills such as gas, water, because this is going to be based on how much you use every month. So those variable expenses are going to fluctuate. So you always want to make sure as well that you have the due dates in there, because as we mentioned in the prior video, if you miss a payment, not only will you get late fees, you may get a late payment on your credit report, which can certainly hurt your credit score. So after you have all your expenses in your budget, from there, monthly budget is going to calculate what is your discretionary income. So your discretionary income is going to be the income you have to save, spend, or invest. So you're going to take your monthly income and you're going to subtract out all your variable and fixed expenses, as well as any necessary spending for food, etc., and subtract that from your monthly income to get your discretionary income. So now that you have your discretionary income, you're going to take that, and first thing you should do is save. And at minimum, you should be saving at least 10% of your income. But you want to get as close to 50% saving as possible, because the idea is at any given moment, you want to have at minimum 6 months of expenses saved in an emergency fund. Because like we mentioned in earlier videos, you never know what's going to happen in the economy. You never know when a global pandemic is going to come out of nowhere. So you need to be proactive instead of reactive. So make sure to manage your budget. Is going to be the foundation of your financial success. And there's so many ways to manage your budget, but that's the great thing about personal finance. It's personal. So my method of managing money is going to be different from your method. It's not cookie cutter. It's not something that is going to be applicable to every single person. The thing is, you really have to just start figuring out and trying out different strategies so you understand what's going to work best for you. And the budget is not a one-time thing. It's something that's going to evolve over time. You're going to have expenses that are going to increase. You're going to have expenses that are going to decrease. So you need to be managing your budget month over month, tracking your expenses to make sure you're following the budget and actually applying your plan, and then kind of take it from there. But if you don't have a plan for your money, someone else will. So make sure you're managing your money appropriately.